Alright, hi Lucy. I just want to do a video just in case the timing doesn't work out tomorrow or you want to know it before 2:15 or whenever I'm free. So, essentially the slide was just talking about factorizing polynomials using this one as the example. And I just wanted to explain, because in the slide he says, like, we realized f of 2 is a root, but like, it's not really a great way of explaining it because it would take ages because there's infinite numbers to figure out what the root actually is without knowing a trick. So the trick is basically, if you have a set of numbers where it's like x plus a, x plus b, x plus c, it'll equal blah 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 blah, but the final term will be when you multiply a times b times c, so plus abc. And this works for any numbers, right? Like if you include another bracket, x plus d, you'll multiply by d, and then it'll be abcd. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you're looking for this second number in the bracket, it'll always be a factor of the final number. So we know our final number here is negative 14. So no matter what since it's x cubed, it'll be 3 terms. No matter what our 3 terms are, x plus a, b, c, abc equals negative 14. So like a, b, or c will be a factor of negative 14, right? So to test it out, you just put it into your calculator, or you can plug it in manually. But f of, let's see, negative 14 can be broken down into like 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 7, negative 7, 14, negative 14. Those are the 8 factors of it, right? So if you're on a calculator, it works a bit better because it's faster. I don't know which calculator you have, but you can use the answer button, write it out, but replace x with the answer button, and then just keep plugging in the answer and going up. Or if you've got the same one as me, then you can actually write out a function and test, like plug in x. But either way, essentially all you do is you minimize all the numbers in the existing universe down to these 8, or however many factors your polynomial has. And so it'll always be a faster way of doing it. So let's just test f of 1, for example. You'll get 1 cubed plus 4 times 1 squared minus 5 times 1 minus 14 equals 1 plus 4 minus 5 minus 14 equals negative 14. So you know that 1 isn't a factor. And you can sort of start like eyeballing it to a degree. So obviously, you know, if you put in 14 cubed plus 4 times 14 squared is going to be a really big number. So this last, like, minus 5 times something, minus 5 times 14 minus 14, it isn't going to account for that. So you don't want the really high numbers, so you can cross those out. And then the 7s, same thing, it's probably a bit too high. 7 cubed plus 4 times 7 squared is going to be a really big number, so you don't want that. So you basically bring yourself down to these last 3 numbers really quickly, and then you can test them out. Obviously we know 2 works, so I'll just skip to that step. So 2, 2, 2, you get 8 plus 16 minus 10 minus 14. 24 minus 24 is 0, and because this is 0, it means, So raise this to be accurate. X equals 2 is 0. Now once you have that, you can either do synthetic division, which is what we did earlier, 1, 4, -5, -14, and then 2, 1, 2, 6, 12, 7, 14, 0, x squared plus 6x plus 7, or you can do long division if you have to do that. So, sorry, x minus 2. You know that x equals 2 is a 0, so x minus 2 is the factor. X cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x minus 14. And then x squared and then you get your answer. Same answer. Obviously the left's a little less working out. It's actually not that much faster if you practice long division, but like I said when I was on the call with you, it's good to know both. And then you take your leftover and you have x minus 2, this, and you want to break down this term even more. And since it's a quadratic, you can either factorize it on your own, 6 and 1, which doesn't work in this case, I don't think, like in your head, or you use quadratic formula, which is always going to work for if it has real solutions. So quadratic formula, negative b plus minus root b squared minus 4ac on 2a. I don't know if you're allowed formula sheets. If you are, it should be on there. If not, it's not too difficult to memorize. And then sub it in. So this is your b, this is your c, this is your a. Sorry for the ugly colors. So negative 6 plus minus root 36 minus 4, try and match the colors relatively, 4a c. Oh, that is so ugly. That's a 7. I'm just gonna go over it. That's terrible. Over 2a, which is just 2 times 1. And then you get, oh, go back to pink, negative 6 plus minus root 4 times 7 is 28, 36 minus 28 is 8, on 2 equals negative 6 plus minus, simplifying the third, 2 root 2. I can go over that with you as well, like that step if you don't understand that. Actually, I'll just add the extra steps you can see. So all I did was negative 6 plus minus. You break this down into root 4 times root 2 on 2 equals negative 6 plus minus 2 root 2 on 2. And then you divide everything by 2, negative 3 plus minus root 2. And this is your final answer. So x equals negative 3 plus minus root 2. So it's either x minus where if you simplify it, or it's x minus negative 3 minus root 2. And if you simplify it, it's x plus 3 plus root 2. So these are your two options, and they're both valid solutions. So that's what you break down this thing up here. Oops. Up here into. And so you rewrite it, you bring back your x minus 2. So now you officially factorized it all the way. X plus 3 minus root 2, x plus 3 plus root 2. And that's your final factorized version. It's a bit of a rush video, but I'll just leave that for now as the explanation. If you don't get any of that, I'll explain it to you tomorrow during my favorite free period. But yeah, I hope that helped.